بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وأصلي وأسلم على المبعوث رحمة للعالمين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Hadith number 187 in the book of Khushu' from the book of Bulugh al Maram, which was compiled by Al-Hafiz ibn Hajar. May Allah have mercy on his soul. The hadith was narrated by Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with him. And he said that the Prophet ﷺ forbade keeping one's hands on one's waist while praying. And in another version for Al-Bukhari, Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, said, this is the practice of the Jews. We know that the Prophet ﷺ described a number of things to do in Salat. And he clearly stated, pray as you have seen me pray. So the instruction to us is to follow him step by step in the form or in the way that he used to pray. And without any doubt, if we succeed in doing this, we will attain khushu'. And khushu' is the essence of salat as described earlier. So what is this posture that the Prophet ﷺ told us not to do? Scholars say that forbidding to put our hands on our waist, and the waist is whatever is from the hip till the rib cage. And the Prophet described to us by saying that this is the way of the Jews when they pray. So putting your hands over your waist can be like this, because we know that the sunnah is to put your right hand over your left hand on the chest. And there's an issue of dispute among scholars whether to put it under the navel or over the navel. And the most authentic opinion is that you put it on your chest, which is from here to here. But to keep your hands over your waist, either this way or to fold your hands like this, this is the way of the arrogant. Prayer is a form of worship where you display your submissiveness, where you display your humility to Allah Azza wa Jal. To do like this, like the rappers do, or to, as Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, described that this is the way of the Jews when they pray, this definitely defies the humility you should express in your salat. And always remember, the more you follow the Prophet ﷺ in every single act of his prayer, the closer you get to Allah Azza wa Jal, the more khushu' you will attain in salat with the grace of Allah. So this is one way of attaining khushu', and that is by staying away from what is prohibited during salah, and among them is folding your arms or having your hands or arms over your waist. Hadith number 188. This was narrated by Anas, may Allah be pleased with him. He said that the Prophet of Allah ﷺ said, if supper is brought and the prayer is ready, start with it, that is with the food, before you pray the Maghrib. And this hadith was agreed upon. The hadith is crystal clear, and there will come inshallah at the end of this chapter a similar hadith where the Prophet ﷺ forbids us from praying when the food is being served. And scholars go against this hadith, and this is their consensus, or at least the majority of their opinion, in a number of conditions. One of them is that when the time of the prayer is so tight that if you eat, the prayer time would go out. So the majority of scholars say that you have to pray and leave the food later on because there is not enough time. Yet those who among the scholars say that khushu' is a priority more than the time itself, they say no, you eat. And this is the opinion of the Zahiri school of thought. Ibn Hazm says it is mandatory upon you to eat and not to pray. And if you pray, your prayer is invalid. Another case is when you don't have the urge to eat. So the food is being served, but you had a sandwich like 5-10 minutes ago and you're full. So no one would say, no, leave salat and sit and eat, because the urge to eat is not there. And therefore you would not be confused and your mind would not be occupied by the food being served. But if it is the other way around, if you're hungry, if you're just coming back from work, or the food is being served and you have the urge to eat, you have the desire to do so, the scholars say in accordance to this hadith, leave the prayer. And this is not only for Maghrib as the hadith stated here, because there's another hadith where it says Isha prayer, and there is a general hadith which states that whenever the food is being served. So regardless of the prayer, as long as there is the urge to eat and you want to eat and the prayer is due, start with the food. All of this so that when you start to pray, your mind is free. It's not being occupied by worldly matters. So you fulfill your prayer and you give it all what you have, because there's nothing on your mind. And this shows us that it is an issue of conditioning. If you succeed with the grace of Allah Azza wa Jal to condition yourself that when you come to salat, you cut all barriers, you cut everything that connects you with this dunya, and you fully come and try to fulfill your prayer. If you condition yourself and train yourself, you will soon inshallah reach a very beautiful and high level of khushu' in your prayer. This is all the time we have. Until we meet next time, fi amanillah, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.